it's so exclusive that not only a single international media was able to sit down with him, but even there was no American media that had a one-on-one with him. In other words, us Filipinos had the only slot for Kevin Durant, whom everybody wanted to talk to for obvious reasons. I mean, we all know that even if he's not technically part of All-Star Weekend because he's not playing, he's injured, he was chosen obviously by the fans. That's a no-brainer. But it's a big deal because he's changing teams. And as he told me in the interview, and he did realize it when I brought it up to him, that it is his first time to be kind of traded or going from one team to another in the mid-season. He's done everything in the NBA. He's won, he's lost, and he said he's practically experienced everything in the NBA. But being traded in the middle of the season, is the first thing, or is something that happened to him for the first time. So it does feel a bit strange and weird. Now, how did this happen, Pao? Who knows? I got an email. At, I think, 12:30 in the morning, or at least I read it at 12:30 in the morning, and I was asked, do you guys want, there is one slot for Kevin Durant. Yes. Do you guys want? And you know my answer. I got up from my bed. I told our team here that we got the scoop, and we went there the next day 2 hours early to make sure that we were set up and we were ready when KD swung by. And as you will see in the interview that you guys will show within the week, he gave us a lot of time. This was not one of those 2-question, 3-question thing. He gave us a lot of time. Nobody pressured us to finish up the interview, and he answered a lot of very emotional questions even. And he had a lot of fond memories of his Manila visit. I showed him pictures of his visit, which I was blessed and honored to host him when he was here. So that started the ball rolling. He started to smile. He was happy about Manila, and he hopes to come back, obviously, someday.
Did he recognize you, Boom?
No, I didn't. He probably pretended. He probably pretended that he did. But just the reaction that when he goes, "Oh yeah, yeah," and then he all of a sudden talks about how his Manila visit was great. That everybody came out in the Coliseum just for him. Usually they watch two teams, they watch one team, but so he was really happy about that. But he talked about a lot of things. The departure from the Nets. He also talked about his new connections in Phoenix and why this whole thing was very emotional. As you can see in the video, Pao, all of the media were downstairs waiting for all the other players to come out. But KD came out for us Filipinos, and the game will be able to show that whole interview. It also gives the specific timeline, basically, when he's coming back. So he said that during the interview. So yeah, that's a big highlight. Yeah.
Okay, we won't make you spill any more tea because we'll be watching.
We'll go, yeah.
Okay, but All-Star Weekend, a lot of events happening, a lot of activities happening on the side over the weekend. But what stood out the most for you, Boom?
Okay, so we had, again, suerte tayo sa the game because this whole week, we'll be showing our interviews and our sit-downs with hotshot rookie Paolo Banchero, the Rising Stars MVP Jose Alvarado, Slam Dunk finalist Trey Murphy will also be with us all throughout the game this week. And when you asked me the reason why I'm mentioning this, if you're asking me what stood out to me was Facility Scrums played host. They were down with us, the media people, going to the media scrums, bothering the players and bothering all the other co-athletes, co-basketball players, squeezing in with a microphone, raising their hand, or shouting a question to the other players. And we found that really amusing, and the players obviously, were very engaging with them. And when I sat down with them, I told them, like Jose Alvarado, I told them, you're already so good at stealing the ball. Now you want to steal my job. Ano na lang mangyayari sa atin pagka ganyan? But yeah, those are major highlights. And then Paolo knows this when it comes to press conferences or media scrums, you also kind of take a look at the crowd and the media crowd. Who do they gravitate to? And one of the biggest ones who attracted a big mountain scrum was Kyrie Irving for obvious reasons. He had a black hoodie on, he had his shades on, and everybody wanted a piece of Kyrie Irving and ask him a question. KD on your screens also got a big crowd. We asked Nikola Jovic about the FIBA World Cup. Luka Doncic also, I think you will be able to hear that. Where we were able to ask him about coming to Manila and the FIBA World Cup happening in August in Manila, and some of the other players that we were able to chat with. But yeah, that's always a highlight, as Pao knows, to be behind the scenes and to observe these informal interviews. So that's a major highlight. And then, of course, the events that the fans love, that the Utah fans came out to, and we met a lot of Filipinos too. And they totally enjoyed what happened in the main events